Hi everyone, I'm here at the McCoskey Center on campus at one of the trailheads, and I thought that it would be a really great idea to take you guys on a hike with me and show you some of the trails and some of the fun things you can see on the trails, and also just share a few tips that I would have for transfer students, just because it's my first year here at the Rock after transferring. So come along with me. All right, so we have started our hike. We're by the community garden right now. And my first tip of the day for transfer students is actually kind of controversial maybe, but I would recommend living on campus. I know that so many people don't want to live in dorms, or they don't want to have a roommate. So I didn't know. I was one of those people. I probably would have considered this a controversial opinion too, because I didn't want to live on campus. But I actually ended up living on campus in Watson Hall in the Honors Living Learning community. And I have 3 roommates, so I live in a double suite. And it's actually been great because it helped me make friends right off the get-go. Right on move-in day, I already had people that I knew and people that I could go out and do things with. And we all live together too, so it's like your first set of friends. Okay, another tip that I would have for transfer students, and this is maybe less of a tip and maybe more of like a mindset that I think helps. When I was leaving my first university, I was so scared to come to Slippery Rock and be behind. And I kept thinking that, I'm not going to be able to make friends. Like, I'm going to struggle because I'm not an incoming freshman, like I'm a sophomore, but it's my first year on campus. And so how's that going to be? How's that going to look? But this is something that my parents told me before I left, and it was, college is your own journey, and that sounds really cheesy, so, bear with me, guys, but seriously, it's your own path, and, you have to do what works for you, and, you're here to do things on your terms, not be bossy, so, be nice to your advisors, but obviously they're here to help you, and they want you to be unique and choose a path that works for you. All right, so another tip that I would have would be to meet your advisor. So in the summer before I came here, I checked the My SRU page, and I was able to see who my advisor was. And I emailed him right away because I did have a question for him, but I think that it's a good idea to talk to your advisor, even just over email, when you know who they are. Like when you see that on your Slippery Rock profile page, just reach out and say hello and introduce yourself. The most practical reason is just so that you establish yourself with your advisor and, show that professionalism right off the bat. The other reason is I actually had to email my advisor right away because I had some questions about how my credits from my previous school would transfer. So it was nice to just know who that was and make that connection initially, because your advisor is like your biggest resource on campus, and they're going to be on your side, and they're going to be able to help you with how your credits will transfer and then help you make your best schedule here your first semester and beyond. All right, another thing about Slippery Rock hiking trails, there are a lot of little obstacles. So right now, I'm about to cross a little bridge too. So anyway, another little tip that I would have for transfers, but also for all students, is to come with an open mind. And this kind of relates to what I was saying before about, college is your own experience, make it the way that you want to. Come with an open mind. I changed my major twice, and I'm only a sophomore. So, you might not come with exactly what you want to do, and then some people come and they do know exactly what they want to do. And either is fine. Like, you're so young, and it's hard to make the right decision right away sometimes, and that's okay. It's okay to change your mind or change your major, but that can only really happen if you already come with an open mind. Like, maybe come and say, I'm gonna try this, and if it works out, great. And if you feel like you want to change, that's okay too. I wanted to thank you all so much for joining me on this hike. I've had such a great time, and I've gotten my exercise for the day. So I really hope this was helpful, especially for incoming transfers, because I know it can be a scary process, but seriously, you've got this. Everyone at Slippery Rock is so helpful, and you are going to have an amazing time. All right, bye everyone.